Did you miss me? Because I missed y'all. Oh my God, I'm so glad to be back. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. You're watching the official Baddies East after show. I'm glad you guys are here. Before we begin, make sure you get subscribed to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Also, make sure you click the thumbs up button and like this video. That's your way of supporting the channel. Turn on your post notifications by clicking the bell icon. And if you're feeling generous, you can donate to the channel by going to the description box below this video, okay? Also, join the conversation. Last but not least, join the conversation. I want to hear from you guys on what you thought about this episode, because this was a huge episode, all right? And it was driving me crazy that I could not go live Sunday night and talk about this week's episode with you all, because there was so much going on. Social media was on fire. The fans have been talking. Things have been happening. A lot of people are anti-Rolly, anti-Scotty, anti-ET, which we're going to talk all about it, okay? But first, we got to get into it, baby. We got to talk about the elephant in the room, which was that my channel was deleted. If you noticed, if you tried to come to my channel Sunday night for the Baddies East after show, you may have noticed that there was no channel. There was no video. There was no history of Damien After Dark available on the YouTube platform anywhere. And that is because last week I woke up to an email saying that my channel had been removed for scams, spam, and deceptive practices. And I'm just like, what? Y'all know I don't be scamming. Y'all know I don't be spamming. And I'm like, what deceptive practice are they fucking talking about? Anyway, I made a whole video that I'm going to be posting to my channel talking about what happened and how I got my channel back. But long story short, I think y'all know what happened. I think y'all know the tea, right? Because what's funny is a few of you guys reached out to me on, somebody reached out to me on Twitter, a few people reached out to me on Instagram saying, what's going on? I can't find your channel. And I told them what happened. You know what every single person said? Take a guess. You're right. They said, damn, that Zeus Network. Every single person said the Zeus Network. Now, you know, that crossed my mind as well. But I also had a lot of other, or not a lot, but a couple other theories as well. Like, I don't know, maybe it was like a bot or something that flagged my video. I don't know. But now that I think about it, my very first Zeus Network after show was taken down due to a copyright strike by the Zeus Network LLC. That's YouTube's words, not mine. That's what they told me. That Zeus Network sent a copyright. Y'all remember that? That happened on the very first after show. It's no longer on my channel. If you go on my channel, you won't find episode 1 Baddies East after show because it was removed for copyright, even though I feel like it was fair use. Anyway, now, weeks later, my channel gets removed out of nowhere. For what? I truly and honestly feel like somebody at Zeus be watching our videos, because let's face it, we've gotten popular over here. I'm not saying me, I'm saying we. I couldn't do this without y'all. Y'all show up each and every Sunday night and watch these videos and tune into the live with me and talk shit with me, and I'm forever grateful. But why be mad at me? Don't hate the player, hate the game, baby. Don't be mad at YouTube. Don't be mad at me that things are popping over here and things are going good over here with me and my squad. What y'all mad about? And at the end of the day, I've said this before. We should, y'all shouldn't be over here hating on my channel and mad at me. We should be working together. You know what I'm saying? I'm making them money by talking about them. They're making me money by me talking about their show. So what's the big deal? Bree from the Zeus Network, because I feel like you're behind this shit. Somebody over there's behind this shit. And I know y'all been watching, because we're going to talk about in tonight's episode what they did that makes me feel like they've been watching. They've been taking my notes and listening to what I'm saying. So y'all secretly be sitting back there taking notes of what we say over here and apply it to your shows, but then you hating. And listen, we can't prove anything, right? But we see each other. We see each other. I'm hip. I'm not some huge YouTuber yet. So why would they come after me? Right? So many questions. So obviously, this week's after show is being pre-recorded. Typically, I do them live, as y'all know. Next week, we will be starting back doing them live again, Sunday nights at 9 Central, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, 9 o'clock Central, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Time. So whatever time zone you're in, we'll be live again Sunday night. Make sure you come and join us. Turn on your post notifications so you can watch from the beginning to the end, okay? It's going to be a fun Sunday night. We're going to have a great time, and I'm going to make up for this week. I hope you guys are doing well. Like I said, I missed everyone. We're about to get into the after show. I just wanted to say that before I begin. I don't know about you guys, but it's cold as fuck here in Alabama. That's why I got my little whatever you call this thing. This looks like a blanket, but it's not. Y'all see, it's got buttons and it's got pockets somewhere. I think there's the pocket. Yeah, got pockets. It is super warm, but it's cold as fuck here. It's like 30-something degrees right now at 2:50 in the morning. Anyway, let's get into this after show. We see E.T., also known as Scarface. She's got two names because E.T. is the calm version of her, and Scarface is the version that has to get active, that gets on 10, right? So we meet Scarface, and she says that only 2 people hugged her when she came in. So it's safe to say that a lot of the girls weren't necessarily feeling Scarface. Whether they voiced it or not, she felt the energy in the room, she says. And, you know, I don't know E.T., I've never watched her. I've heard she was on Blue Girls Club. I've heard she was on Now That's TV on one of their shows. So this will be my first time. This will be my first time ever watching her to be able to form an opinion about her. So I can't really say what I think of E.T. just yet. I need a little bit more time. But I do think a lot of the girls probably weren't that excited to see her because, let's face it, not all these girls, but quite a few of them are there for clout, fame, being the fan favorite, whatever. And E.T. has been that girl. All the fans have been in the comments, tagging, in Zeus Network's comments, tagging E.T., saying, we want E.T. on the show. We want E.T. on the show. And they said that tonight. Natalie said tonight, the fans have been asking for you. And that is true because when I go on Zeus Network's post, I remember seeing that. People would tag this girl all the time, okay? How they wanted her. And I was like, who is this girl? So I think, you know, there were probably, I think it's safe to say that there were probably some girls there that were like, ugh, why her? You know what I'm saying? Because, let's face it, E.T. ain't coming in here like a nobody, like some of these girls are. E.T.'s coming in with the fan base. E.T.'s coming in with people loving her. She's one of the fan favorites. So the girls are in Philly. Which, shout out to my Philly folks out there in Philadelphia. I've been to Philly once for a music festival, and I really liked Philly. I only was like in the downtown-ish area. But it was really nice, and I like Philly. Let's see, where are we at? Where are we at? So, when Natalie talks to E.T., Natalie's in a room separate with E.T. and a few of the other girls. I think Mariah Lynn was in there. And, you know, she asks E.T., do you have any beef with any of these girls here? And E.T. says, Trash Key, which we all know who that is based off of the connotation of the word. Trashy Taseki. She's referring to Taseki. And, you know, she says she's got an issue with her over an Instagram live that Taseki did addressing E.T. Because if y'all remember, we all know that Taseki and, or not Taseki, but E.T. and Krishan had some issues. That's one of the reasons why Krishan never wanted E.T. on the show to begin with. Y'all, I mean, we saw this play out at the Baddies East auditions. So I guess at some point, Taseki took to Instagram Live and voiced her opinion regarding this situation. I don't know. They didn't show a lot of the live on Zeus, but whatever Taseki said, E.T. was not feeling it. But my thing with that is, if you and Krishan are cool now, E.T., as you said you were, why not just chuck this up as a whatever? You know, why not just move past this issue with Taseki? Because at the end of the day, she was defending her sister. Taseki was defending her sister, and I'm sure, E.T., you would do the same, right? And not only that, Natalie even tells E.T. that it's probably a high chance that Krishan got into Taseki's ear and told her a lot of things, and that's probably why she has this opinion of you. So, I mean, even Natalie's saying it in a way, like, don't be so quick to want to jump on Taseki because of this Instagram Live. I understand E.T. being upset, but I would just talk to her about it, you know? I wouldn't make it some big, huge spectacle, even though I feel like that's what the show is going to do. They're going to try to get E.T. and Taseki to fight over this stupid, small, minuscule issue that I feel like could be worked out through a conversation. However, that's not entertaining TV, right? They want to see him fight. People want to see him fight. We want to see him fight. Whoever, I guess. So the girls are getting on the bus, and Smiley is sick. And she's down for the count. So she's not going to get on the bus and go with the girls. So the rest of the girls get on the Sprinter, and they head to go do some go-kart racing. Now, this is what I was referring to earlier when I said Zeus be watching our videos. Because this to me, and listen, y'all could be sitting there thinking, Damien, this is a stretch. This is a reach. You know, you don't know this for sure. This is my opinion. Y'all take it for what you want. However, from Baddies ATL up until now, we ain't seen these girls do nothing but party in pussy popping clubs, get drunk on Sprinter vans, and fight in the house. Am I right or am I wrong? Every now and then we'll get to see a dinner, them go to a dinner. We ain't never seen these girls do activities. But y'all know here on the after show, how many times have we gave Zeus some free advice over here? Zeus, let's get these girls doing something different. Take them out to a park. Take them out to a motherfucking, let them go shopping. Shit, amusement park, anything. Do something. And we finally see them go to a go-kart track. Which, you know, it's not the most exciting thing. I'm not saying that doing one different event or activity is going to make the show, change the show. I'm just saying change up the things that they do. Like, you know, maybe every episode have them do something, then their club appearance. Do you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm trying to say? Like, can we at least try to, you know, one episode they can do go-kart racing. Next episode, some of the girls can go shopping. The next episode, we can see them out to eat. Different things. Switch it up. Keep it fresh is all I'm saying. Now, instead of y'all coming at me and trying to get my channel removed, I could help y'all out. Shit, call me. I'm easy to work with. We can move past this, and there could be no hard feelings. But if y'all need some creative control, I got the producer credits, baby. I can help you out because y'all know you need it. You know you need it. I know y'all watching. And I'm going to send Bree an invoice. So you keep an eye on that email, Bree. I got your email, sis. I'm going to send you an email with my invoice for y'all, for my services and my time. Okay? So, on the bus before they get to the go-kart racing, Smiley FaceTimes Teseki. And Smiley's in the hospital. And as soon as she answers the FaceTime call, we see Smiley in a hospital bed, kicked back just like this. Smiling real big. Not a care in the world. But you're in a hospital bed and you're sick. Now, that's not even the bad part. It goes left when Teseki gets off the phone with Smiley, and Teseki tells everyone that Smiley said she's in the hospital because she had a miscarriage. Now, Mariah Lynn says she thinks she's lying. And listen, I hate to accuse anybody of lying about something so severe as a miscarriage. However, Smiley, it does look very suspect. It does. And this entire time we've been talking about how, or I've been talking about, and Rolly said herself, there's just something about Smiley we couldn't put our finger on. And Camila said tonight she feels like Smiley is a fraud. And I'm not going to lie to y'all, I'm starting to come to that conclusion too. From the black market comment to her, you know, and just the way she's always looking in the camera. You can tell she's like been dying to be famous her whole life, which is not a bad thing, but it's just like, at what extent will you go? You know, at what extent will you go to be famous? And the fact that you were smiling and laughing on the FaceTime when you were just given the news that you had a miscarriage, it's very suspect. And ladies, correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? I have a lot of women who watch my channel, and I always tell y'all, hold me accountable, hold my feet to the fire, call me out when I need to be called out. But my ladies here, if you ever suffered from a miscarriage, if this ever happened to you, or for the ones that this has happened to, do you think you would laugh and smile when you FaceTime a friend and tell them what's going on? Are y'all buying what I'm selling here? Something just don't add up with that. So my thing is, if she is lying, why are you lying? Are you trying to find an excuse and a reason to leave the show? Because we know that you leave the show based off of the trailer. The trailer said, remember, she went home because she said something about her missing her son. But my thing is, if you wanted to go home, why not just say that instead of lying about a miscarriage? Or maybe she did have a miscarriage, and maybe her way of coping with it is smiling and laughing. And I don't know. People grieve differently. So I don't want to judge her too harshly. However, her entire persona and behavior has been suspect. At first it was weird. Then she was growing on me. I was liking Smiley, and I still have no issue with her. But now this whole hospital situation, it does look very sus. And no, I don't think anybody on the bus really believes her. So all the girls get to the go-kart racing, and Natalie and Rolly and Scotty, they all kind of notice, like, mainly Natalie, what is wrong with T? Why does T keep tearing her face up? Why is T not saying anything? Why is T not engaging? What's wrong with T? Right? But my thing is, so here's the thing with that whole situation. Now, maybe I just didn't see it, but I didn't see a lot of, or maybe it wasn't shown. I didn't see a lot of T making faces. I did see her just standing there, but she says she was sick. So what do we expect her to do? You know, smile, be happy to be there. However, I do agree with Rolly when she said, if you're sick, why are you here? Now, like I said, there's probably some things that wasn't shown. Why Zeus wouldn't show her making faces and doing that, I don't know why, but we've seen T's stank attitude in previous episodes already, right? So it's not far-fetched to believe that she was in there making stank faces and doing this and that and whatnot. The energy with her is off. And as I've told y'all, and you probably know yourselves, energy transfers. If we're all having a good time in a room of 20 people, and the 21st person walks in the room with a stank attitude, everybody's kind of mood shifts. So I think that's where Natalie and Rolly and Scotty were coming from. Like, why is this? And, you know, keep in mind, they were on a bus bus on the way there, we didn't see that whole ride. We saw a clip. We don't know what happened in the house before they left. Has she been walking around all day like... Because I wouldn't want to see it either. Rolly asked her, what's wrong? And T says, she don't feel good. And Rolly says, well, why didn't you just stay home? And like I said, which I agreed with. Why, like, I don't... That's one thing I do not appreciate, is when someone is so selfish, knowing they're sick, but they still show up to things. Like when you're at work and someone shows up to work sick, like, go home. Like, I get it. You got bills to pay. I completely understand that. However, if you fuck around and get us all sick, none of us is going to be able to pay bills because we all going to be out. So, like, please, if you're one of those people who get sick and like to show up places, don't do that. And y'all, a lot of y'all don't know who has immune compromised disorders, diseases, situationships, whatever. I don't know the right kind of verbiage to use, but y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all don't ever know whose immune system is compromised, who can get sicker quicker. So don't bring that shit around. And I also don't understand why production didn't make T stay at home to begin with. Why are y'all allowing this girl to go out if she's sick? It's a liability. Do you want half of your cast to drop like flies? So, all of a sudden, E.T. turns into Scarface because she says that T is staring at her. And T's like, well, you're staring at me. And then that turns back into a little spat, and Scarface runs up on T and starts tagging her head. And Rolly says, beat her ass, Scarface. Fuck that hoe up, Scarface. Now, I was against T up until Scotty decided to run up, okay? Even with Scarface, like, I don't agree, I don't think T deserved to be ran up on by Scarface. I really didn't. However, okay, I'll give that a little bit more of a pass. But Scotty, you had the balls to run up on this girl after all the chances you've had to get your lick back with this girl on the bus, out in front of the house. But now, all of a sudden, you got your bodyguards and your entourage and your crew right there. You don't want to... I mean, all of a sudden, you... Like, it baffles me that day in the bus, when T was yelling at her and telling her to shut the fuck up over and over again, Scotty did nothing. But now, when Scarface is getting buck, and you think she gonna have your back, you want to get buck. I don't respect that, Scotty. I don't respect that shit. You should have got buck the moment that girl screamed at you on that Sprinter van. As I said on the after show a few weeks ago, I would have came across that motherfucking Sprinter seats like, yeah, straight at her. Straight at her. No questions asked. It'd been a reflex. I just, like, every time we give Scotty a chance, she disappoints us. No more chances, Scotty. You're not a baddie. You're a saddie. You need to go back to North Carolina, put your Hooters outfit on, shake some ass, twerk some pussy behind the bar at Hooters. Go back to doing that, because you do not belong on this show. You do not belong on this show. What pisses me off even more is that she lets the pressure get to her. She lets the pressure get to her that, oh, well, everybody else is fighting. I need to show them what I got. Let me show them what I got. I just got screamed at by T a few episodes ago. I know I'm going to look like an idiot on TV. Let me get my lick back. Or let me try to redeem myself so I don't look like a pussy-ass bitch. Too late. You already do, Scotty. And we're done with you, okay? We're done with you, Scotty. I sent it to you to dismissal. You're dismissed. Banned. We don't want you on the show no more. Bye. In Scotty's confessional, she says, this season, I'm not playing. Girl, if you don't shut the fuck up, you are a big joke. Like, you want to try and redeem yourself because you feel the pressure to be in the cool girls squad, to be in the cool girls club with Natalie and Rolly and whoever else. Like, and you know you let everybody run over you, Scotty. That's the only reason you're doing this now. Where was this energy for Natalie last season when she popped you upside the head? I'm just confused. That's all. Now, another note I've got is, if it's one thing that Sky gives, one good thing about Sky, because let's face it, Sky's not giving much this season. Neither is Camila. But if there's one thing I can say that Sky gives, it's great confessionals. She gives gorgeous confessionals, and she gives great commentary. She's telling the story. She's narrating for us. And I appreciate that in Sky. So I'm going to give her a pass. But Camila, girl, I'm going to need you to step it up, because you're disappointing me. I know you're not still 27-year-old Camila from Bad Girls Club Las Vegas, but I'm going to need you to put your reality TV hat on and at least try to entertain us with some comedic confessional moments, something. Because it's not giving right now, sis. It's not giving. Did anybody else wonder how the fuck these girls were fighting like this in this roller skating rink? I'm like, damn, are not this roller skating rink, this go-kart place. I'm like, are there no kids? Are there no kids or families around? I got the hiccups, fuck. The only thing that can make sense is that Zeus paid these people off. Maybe they rented the whole building out. I don't know. So as I said, I don't agree with T being attacked the way she was, okay? She told Natalie tonight that she was jumped. No, I don't believe she was jumped. I'd love to hear from you guys if you feel like she was jumped. We've talked about being jumped here multiple times on the show. Being jumped is when more than one person is attacking you at one time. That did not happen to you, T. You just got in multiple fights over a period of time. My only thing is, T, I expected you to have some hands. I expected T, and listen, with those three girls, she fought three girls in one scene, one episode. Not even an episode, a scene, really. That one set, let's say one setting. She fought three girls in one setting. So I have to give her props, because a lot of people would have left after the first fight, right? But she stayed, and she duked it out for each one of them. And I've got to respect her for that. However, I was expecting her to have more of, that, because let's face it, you're really good at talking the talk, T, but when it comes to walking that walk, mama, you hunker down and you scratch. That's really it. That's my only thing with T, because here's the thing. If I was going out with a group of people and we're going out, we're having fun, and there's one person that's sick and they're just, what? I'm sick. Like, bitch, I don't want to be around you. Go back home. Like, I don't like that stank shit. Because if that was me and I was sick, I'm going to stay home. Or if I go, I'm going to tell people, y'all please don't pay me no mind. I feel like shit today. So if I've got resting bitch face, I promise I'm not mad at anybody. I just feel like shit. Whatever. Something like that, Not, I'm sick. What? I'm sick. When you do that passive aggressive shit and you talk like this, bitch, you're going to get it. I'm going to cuss your ass right back out, or, we can do it. Whatever. T tells Natalie, why couldn't Scotty have jumped in when she was on the sprinter? Which is exactly what I said. And I agree with her on that. And that's why I say I'm conflicted with this situation, because I can really see both sides in different scenarios. And a lot of people online have been saying that Rolly and E.T. and Scotty are all bullies. And I can see how it's perceived that way and how it comes off that way. But I do feel like there's some missing context here. I do feel like that there's a lot that we have not been seeing. As I told y'all before, if T has annoyed us as the viewers, and I can only speak for myself and the other people who have commented in the past and said that she was annoying, but if she's annoyed a lot of people already, could you imagine what they go through filming with the girl 24/7? She's probably rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. She's probably pissed a lot of people off. She's probably had attitudes every day, stank resting bitch face every day. So maybe it was just a build-up. Honestly, I don't think anybody just decides to just start whooping on somebody just because. Now, Scotty, I think she did it partly because there had been some issues stemmed between the two. But also, I feel like she mainly did it because she knew she looked punk and pussy because she ain't done nothing about it yet. Right? T says that people have always not liked her. But no shade, I see why, T. I honestly see why people don't really like you. She's annoying. Her attitude is shitty. She's obnoxious. She gives pick-me vibes. And I'm sorry, y'all, that's my opinion. Mine. You don't have to agree with it. Don't come in the comments with the bullshit. But that's my opinion about it. In real life, I don't like girls like T. First episode, I enjoyed her. I thought her confessionals were funny. Started seeing more of her, she annoyed the shit out of me. And it just is what it is. Like, she's literally worse than my chihuahua. Just constantly. She don't shut up. And I think that's why people want to, like, punch her. Or it's like, bitch, shut up. And Rolly, why did you go out in public with that burnt orange wig on that was, the lace was peeling up like this? I mean, it just looked a hot ass mess. And then y'all see what Natalie had on? I'm like, what is wrong with y'all ladies? Y'all didn't come out looking presentable at all that day. No shade. I'm just saying, like, if I was going to be on TV, I ain't even got to be on TV. If I'm going to go ride go-karts, I promise y'all, I'm not going to go out the house looking like this right here. I promise you, looking like Angelica from Rugrats Barbie doll. I promise y'all, I'm not going to go out the house looking like this. Y'all know I love y'all. If I let y'all see my hair on camera looking this funky, child, I ain't done nothing to it today, baby. I ain't done nothing to it. That's why if I got this on, chances are my hair look a mess. So Natalie brings T back to the group after she's been separated to cool off. She brings T back to the group to say her piece. And I'm like, Natalie, y'all should have just sent this girl home. Y'all know her coming to say her piece is going to do nothing but result in more fighting and drama. But hey, that's TV and that's the way it works, right? So T comes back and it turns into an argument, obviously, because Natalie tells the girls, you know, T feels like that some of y'all were talking behind her back, and Rolly's like, who was talking behind your back? And T says, you were, Rolly. And Rolly's like, that is not what we're about to do today, T. I have not been talking about you behind your back. Now, I think it was a big misunderstanding between them, because what T was referring to was when they first got there and Natalie brought up that T, what was wrong with her, she overheard all them talking about her, saying, why is her face like that? Why is she acting like that? Why? And I think that's what T was referring to when she said, y'all are talking about me behind my back. Rolly, on the other hand, is interpreting a different way. And she's thinking that T is saying that she was talking about her prior to the go-kart racing, before all this. And that's why Rolly's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I haven't been talking about you. So it really was just all a misunderstanding, if you think about it. Now, that heats up between those two, and then Rolly heads in for the kill. Rolly's the third person that fights T in this episode. That's what it's got a lot of people looking at Rolly, Scotty, and E.T. as bullies. Now, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Rolly, E.T., and Scotty were in the wrong for all three of them fighting T in that one setting that day? Or do you feel like it was justified? Because that's the main question of tonight's episode after show that I would love to hear from you guys. I would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I told y'all I'm kind of conflicted. Do I think T deserved to be attacked? No. Do I think that T has been very annoying, and I could see where Scotty and Rolly and them are coming from? Absolutely. So I'm kind of torn on this one, but I'd love to hear your opinion. Make sure you join the conversation below in the comments. Also, make sure you get subscribed to the channel by clicking the subscribe button and click the thumbs up button to support the channel. You can also donate by going into the description box below. There will be ways that you can donate to the channel. Make sure you join me next week, next Sunday, for the Baddies East after show, live right here on YouTube at 10/9 Central. Turn on your post notifications so you don't miss that. We'll be talking about Sukihana making an appearance for the first time this season, and Biggie will be returning back to the Baddies house. Let me know what you guys think about it all. I love you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark.